Hood Talk News, we on fire.
Pull up on the restaurant and come see me, right? So I go and see him at the restaurant. So when I go see him at the restaurant, he was acting like he was just so happy to see me. So he called his mom and was like, "Guess who here? Guess who here?" or whatever. And he like Alexis. Mind you,
So that's your alias.
that's my dance name.
Okay.
Alexis is my dance name.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why would he tell
Tell his
her
mom.
Alexis when Alexis is who they was looking for
Right.
with the situation with his nephew.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm at this point I'm thinking she had something to do with it.
Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? Man, y'all know I've been scrolling this internet, man. I got one for y'all today, man. I got one for y'all, man. Hey, man, you know the girl from the Tim Norman case, man, with the sweetie pie, the killing of the nephew and all that stuff? Man, listen, man, she done came out and did her first interview. And, you know, let's get into it, man. I want to get into it because, boy, she's making some allegations like, man, Sweetie Pie, Miss Robbie probably had something to do with all type of stuff. But, man, we going to, you know what I'm saying, we going to get into it. Let's check it out.
And so then you had mentioned, that you had dated Tim from Sweetie Pies. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you were just a part of that whole thing. And I was just like, wow. Like, so how, like, do you want to kind of, like, talk about what happened, like how y'all met, And...
Okay, well, actually, I dealt with Tim for about 6 years, 6 or 7 years. And I was dancing at Bottoms Up in St. Louis. Right. And my homegirl, like me and a bunch of my homegirls, used to go down to St. Louis and dance from Memphis. Right. And my homegirl was talking to one of Tim's partners.
Which one, Bruce or?
Nah, not Bruce. No, this is like one of his like partners, like ain't on the front street. They used to be him like that or whatever. So they had like a grand opening for their Sweetie Pies and stuff like that, and it was like I think they was like getting ready to open up. It was like years and years.
That goddamn Tim was using up all Miss Robbie money, wasn't he? In the strip club, y'all.
Years ago. I want to say it was about 2009,
okay.
maybe 2009. Yeah. So we met or whatever, and so that's just how we got connected, and then we just like dealt with each other on and off for years.
So you went to the grand opening, you met him there?
No, I actually met him at the club.
Okay, yeah, because you said your friend was talking to one of his friends.
Yeah, and they all come in the club. You know how a group of guys come in the club and they throw money and spend money and connect. So we kind of connected like that. We, changed numbers. We'll link up, kick it, Of course, he broke bread.
Broke bread, boy. That's probably one of the main reasons he did this to his nephew, man, trying to get this insurance money. Man, he was balling out in the strip club, man. That's what Sweetie Pie money was going to, man.
Yeah, so it was kind of one of them things. I really didn't give a care what he had going on, as long as he broke bread with me.
Right.
So it was kind of like one of those things. So over the years, we dated, like, we stayed in contact.
Listen, man. Strip club supporters and gamblers, man, know what you're doing before you go into this now. Cause you can't be trying to off somebody because you done lost everything gambling or goddamn it done lost it all in the strip club now. And shit.
I moved around, he moved around, and we'll link up when we link up. So that's kind of like our situation, like friends with benefits. So
okay,
like
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I know you said you had lived in St. Louis for a bit. So was that kind of like you were dealing with him when you was in St. Louis?
Well, actually, when I lived in St. Louis, it was more so I was on my money mission. Right. I wasn't really locked down by nobody. Like, so St. Louis just was like, it was like my money trap. So I moved there and lived for a couple of years, and then I moved back home. I stayed in Atlanta, just kind of move around. You be wanting just new atmospheres.
Right.
So it's kind of like one of those things.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And then so around that time when, everything happened, so I know he had opened up a Sweetie Pies in Memphis. So were you living in Memphis at that time?
Yeah, see, he opened up a Sweetie Pies after the situation went on with his nephew. So I was living in Memphis and Tim was living in California.
Right.
And he, they had sweetie pies in California. Yeah, in LA. So they had the sweetie pies up there, and I was living in Memphis or whatever. So I went down to St. Louis. I was back and forth dancing in St. Louis, and he came in town and hit me up or whatever, and I went and met up with him. But particularly, regular deal. Yeah. So, but this time, he was like, he was stressed out. He was in town because he was trying to find his nephew to get some money from him. His nephew had stole like $200,000 in money and jewelry from his mom's house. Right.
So you said he was trying to look for his nephew because he had took 200.
Like $200K.
Man, hold on. Now, this the part of the story what I'm getting confused. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tim had this insurance policy on this man talking about, you know what I'm saying, he owed him $250,000, you know what I'm saying, this stuff he done stole out of Miss Robbie house. Now, God damn it, I heard it was Tim that did all that shit fake like he, you know what I'm saying, that was stealing from his mama, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? So Tim come and he tell her he looking for the nephew. But this is the part I don't understand. How come he didn't have no contact with the nephew? Why he didn't know where the nephew was at? Why was if the nephew was hiding from him, why was he hiding from him? You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the part I don't understand. Like, if the nephew didn't steal anything or did anything, why Tim didn't know where he was at? But I don't know, man. Let's get back into this.
Jewelry and money. He stole it from his mom,
from Tim's mom.
Oh, damn.
Right, so he was like...
Unless, y'all, Tim was trying to make her believe he didn't know where he was at, just, you know, to get him set up, okay?
Like, you know how when you dealing with somebody, y'all just be talking about y'all life, y'all just talking about everything, you know, so just talking, so he was like, you know, my little nutcase nephew, you know, done ran off with some money, and you know, telling me what happened. So I was like, that's crazy. So he was like, matter of fact, he showed me a picture. He like, hey, you sound like, yeah. I met this little nigga a couple of weeks ago in the club. He was like, he was a rapper from Louisiana.
Damn.
And was asking me to do his video, be in his video and stuff. I was like, wow, this your nephew?
That's crazy.
So that's how that happened. So he was like, can you get in contact with him? I was like, he was just texting me. I'm sure I can text.
Yeah, I think he was just playing like he ain't know where he was at just for her to set him up. You know what I'm saying? Without her even knowing, but let's get back into it.
Text him on the number that he was texting me on. He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do that for me or whatever. He was like, matter of fact, he was like, I'm going to give you 10 racks just for helping me because I need to get this money back for him.
Boy, that's one thing about a black person, boy. That dollar amount, we ain't asking no goddamn question. We might say, like what? 10,000? But hey, one thing about black people, boy, we ain't going too far with it, goddamn it. 10, okay, let's jump right in it, goddamn it. What you need me to do? You know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes we gotta, you know, hey, figure out what they trying to get us to do for that 10, man.
I know he ain't spend all of it.
Right. I'm
like, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I hit him up. He responded back. And so Tim was like, I bet. He was like, matter of fact, he was like, let's go. He was like, let's go to Walgreens. I'm going to get a burner phone and give you that. So I'm thinking that he going to take the burner phone and have me talk to him on it. Then he going to get it and he going to finish talking to him. Well, you know, whatever the case might be. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I didn't really know
what was going. You just... Because you know them for a long time.
That's it. It go back to what I say about them 10 grand. See, that 10 grand had her mind gone. She wouldn't even thinking. Nigga done gave you a burner phone, told you gonna give you 10 grand. He needs you to get him in touch with his nephew. All this, people don't do all this just to go whoop somebody's ass or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I feel her, and I feel she didn't know what was going on. I feel Tim was manipulating the fuck out of her. But that's what I'm saying. She was blinded by the 10 grand.
Yeah, so it's like, and then... Yeah.
Cause any person with some sense, y'all, they would have thought about this. Like, nigga gave me 10 grand in a burner phone. Come on now.
I never known him to be on no type of gangster stuff. Like, he's No,
Yeah.
he wasn't on no gangster stuff. Like, this a TV restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
You didn't know it was gonna go that
exactly.
far.
Definitely not. So it was like a kind of like thing to where, from Memphis, we have family members that's crackheads, and or just like badass family members that, like, I had a nephew that stole from me. He stole like $900 and hid it at my mama's house. So me and me and his mom.
Yeah, but you ain't getting nobody a burner phone and 10 grand, nothing to do with this nigga here, man. Come on, man. You wasn't thinking. Just say you wasn't thinking, man, for real. Because anybody with some sense, you just think, like, nigga gave me 10 grand and a burner phone just to, you know what I'm saying, to link him with his nephew when I see him. Then come on, man, this shit don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think she was thinking to the point of they trying to kill him or something, but I don't think she was thinking at all. She was blinded by the 10 grand, y'all, I'm telling you.
Went and picked him up from school and beat his ass and made him tell us. He still didn't tell us where the money is, so we threatened to call the police on him. Right. And he told us, so it was like, I'm thinking it's a situation like this, like, but it's 200 and some K, like, this different. Yeah, these TV people, like, this a whole nother level.
Like he broke into the house and took
exactly. So this a whole nother level. So I'm thinking, like, like, I would want to get my money back too.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm thinking. So he asked me.
Man, I don't know, man. Because it's kind of funny, man. They made it look like, you know what I'm saying, he broke into the house and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I heard rumors, you know what I'm saying, that Tim had all that set up, you know what I'm saying? Tim was behind the house getting broken into. And now that I'm starting to look at shit, was Miss Robbie involved in this stuff with Tim? You know what I'm saying? Because she showed, went to Hollywood with Tim, and then she showed had Tim back, man. You know what I'm saying? During this whole trial. So that's the thing I didn't understand. This nigga killed your grandson, your only son that was dead son. Come on, man. Your oldest son that was dead. Your only son that's dead. Son. Now he gone, and this nigga take out his son for some insurance money. It's kind of hard to believe that other people wasn't involved, but let's keep going, man.
So like I said, he asked me to text with him and stuff. So then he ended up saying he need to go handle some business and was like, find out where he gonna be at later. So I'm like, cool. So I'm texting with him or whatever. Tim asked me to find out where the nephew would be later because he had some business he needs to handle or whatever. So boom, I'm texting with him, and so I'm at the mall. He like, I'm getting ready for my video shoot. He like, can you pick up me a pair of pants or something? I was like, cool. That would secure me knowing where he was gonna be at anyways. So I get the pants and I tell Tim, I relate everything to him, what was going on. So I tell him like, okay, so I'm finna go take him the pants. He like, bet. He was like, call my partner because I'm out of pocket. Call my partner. He'll know what to do.
And with the partner, that ended up being the other dude that was on the case.
Ended up being the dude that killed.
Man, all this shit. Oh, man, listen. Goddamn, a light bulb should have struck off at some point. Goddamn it. Goddamn.
Him. Okay. So he like, call my partner. You know what I'm saying? Give him the address. So I do that. So the partner tell me, let me know when you finna pull up. I'm like, okay, boom. I let him know I'm finna pull up. I pull up. Dre comes to the car and he get the pants. Boom. He like, what you about to do? I'm like, shit, I'm about to go back home to Memphis or whatever. He was like, boom, appreciate that. You know
so this
what I'm
was
saying?
at the studio where he was
This
at,
at the studio where he was at. He was like, boom, appreciate that. I was like, all right, take care. I pull off. I make it to the light. I heard gunshots.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, what the fuck? But then this was on Natural Bridge.
So
you always hear gunshots.
Always hear gunshots on
Natural Bridge. Like, my little girl used to be a cheerleader on the team, and they used to practice in that park, and gunshots gonna pop off. This Natural Bridge, this the hood. This North, you know what I'm saying, North St. Louis. Like, this the hood. This where Sexy Red from.
Yeah,
this
sure.
the hood. You hear me?
Man, listen, man. This chick work in the strip club, right? Now, I ain't trying to discredit nothing she say. But She work in a strip club. She deal with street shit all day. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to believe, you know what I'm saying, that she went that far and not suspecting anything. You know what I'm saying? Not suspecting any goddamn thing. Like, damn, hit a gunshot, nigga give you the burner phone, give you 10 grand. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But, hey.
Right. So I'm like, hold up, shit. But it didn't feel right. So I called Tim. I'm like, I just heard gunshots. He like, go home. Don't say nothing to nobody. Go home. I'm like, what the fuck? At this point, my heart beating faster than a motherfucker.
Yeah, I think it was to a point where she figured it out, but this nigga done gave her 10 grand, right? So she like, goddamn, he done gave me 10 grand already. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is at this point. Whatever they do, I ain't got shit to do with it. I'm going about my business. That's how I feel. I think she, at some point, she figured out that this shit is going on. Hey, man, and shout out to the channel, you know, I'm boxed in, man, for bringing this to us, man. For real.
But see, I had a dude at the time. And like me and my dude was living together, everything. So I called my dude like when I pulled out from the hotel with Tim, when we was on the way to go get the phones, I called my dude and told him everything that was going on and asked him for his advice. He was like, you trust the nigga? I was like, I've been fucking with the nigga for years. He ain't never been on no bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, we thinking he really trying to get the money.
Right, because if you know, and
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
That's
for
a
real.
lot.
Yeah, that's enough money to make your family member off your ass. You should have known that. Goddamn nigga ain't getting your burner phone 10 grand, boy. When it come to that, man, listen, it's niggas' brothers that'll kill them about that type of money. When a nigga looking for somebody that stole that type of money, you stay the fuck out of it. Because he's not coming to talk, goddammit. And they know that money already spent. If they feel somebody stole that money, they know it's already spent. Nigga ain't sitting around done stole. If this nigga stole it, he stole because he ain't got shit. If he stole it, get what I'm saying? If you was in a situation somebody stole that much money from you, it's because he ain't got shit. And guess what? You really think he gonna have that money on him when you find him? Hell no. Majority of that shit gonna be gone. That nigga spending like he ain't never had because he never had. That's why he had to take from your ass. You get what I'm saying? So if a nigga come around and say, look, we looking for such and such, he just stole this type of money from us, I don't know who the fuck that is. I ain't got nothing to do with it, goddammit. Because you ain't coming to talk. Nigga steal that type of money, you coming for something else. For real.
A lot of money.
Whew, that's
not nothing to just be like,
yeah. So that's a lot of money. So I'm thinking like he want his money. I'm thinking like maybe he'll have him followed or something. You know what I'm saying? Lay low.
Too many maybe.
Follow him. Find out. You know what I'm saying? Roll up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
Scare him. Try to
scare him.
make
You know what I'm saying? Let me get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, the chick is from Memphis, man. Come on, man. When, what is the time, man? You supposed to figure this shit out. You from Memphis, one of the hardest cities in America. There's no way I can. Come on now. Now, I will say, I don't think she plotted this shit, came with Tim, but as she got into this shit, she started figuring this shit out. You know what I'm saying? This 10 shut the fuck up and don't say nothing. You get what I'm saying? Because she doing too much, just with all the shit she's saying. But let's go.
That's what I'm thinking. That's where my mind going.
I think anybody will think like that.
So that's what my mind. But when I called Tim and he tells me, don't say nothing to nobody and go home, I was already going home anyway.
And you being from Memphis,
but
you know what that
I'm
means.
like, hold up, wait a minute. So I get home. He told me to get rid of the phone too. He told me to get rid of the phone.
You already know. But you stop right there. By you
Man, come on now. He told you get rid of the phone. Come on, man.
being from Memphis, when you get to hearing all this,
Exactly. So
you
I'm
like, oh,
hold
this
up.
some other shit.
So I called my dude. I'm on my way home. How did you not get home? Right? At this point, I did 100 getting to Memphis. You hear me?
Yeah.
I had a little Acura. I did 100 getting to Memphis.
And you come from St. Louis.
Exactly. So I get home. I probably made it to Memphis about 3
Yeah, because you knew what time it was.
hours.
Yeah,
You hear me? So I
Hard
make
beating
it home.
the whole time.
Man, the whole time. So I get home. My dude, I look at the news. He like, man, that fuck nigga got you.
come on, man. She left St. Louis. It gonna be on the news in St. Louis before anything. Goddamn it, she left St. Louis and went back to Memphis. Trust me, she went back to Memphis because she seen that shit on the news. And that's why she speeded back to Memphis, goddamn it. Now, I'm not saying, once again, that she is a part of the plot. But at some point, she realized what the fuck was going on, goddamn it, and wasn't going to go to no authority and say shit about nothing, goddamn it. You know? And I ain't expecting her to, because that's how, you know, shit go in the hood, goddamn it. Motherfuckers ain't going to the goddamn police.
Doing that bullshit, that fuck nigga. You know, he was so mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad too. I'm like, man.
Now you gotta think about coming from where he coming from. This somebody.
But y'all let me know, right, in the comments, right? If somebody play you like this, like she's saying she was played, what's left for you to do? Now, you could be gangster the fuck you want to be, but if you don't, you one of them gangster motherfuckers that don't plan on doing no goddamn killing, because we got a lot of them around, right? And a motherfucker set you up like this and doesn't put a murder on your goddamn jacket. You know what I'm saying? Now the FBI, everybody at your goddamn door. You don't know what the fuck going on. What would you do, goddamn it? Would you tell? Would you let me know, y'all? If a person set you up like this, man, and you ain't know nothing was going on, motherfucker gave you 10 grand, say, hey, boom, I need you to do this, and you ain't know what was going on, and then somebody end up dead. What would you do?
You know what I'm saying?
So did your boyfriend know you was dealing with him too? Like,
man, my nigga
to get
was,
money? You know
of
what
course.
I'm saying? So
Exactly.
We a team.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's what's
We
up.
a team. We
Yeah.
we getting this money, bringing it, coming together. We a
See, that's why I can't unwrap my head around this shit, man, right? From around it. Because I feel like how her said her and a nigga get together, this was a play for her. This was a fucking play. How she talking? This a play. Hey, I got a play for you. Y'all know how this shit go. If you from the hood, you know how that shit go. Hey, nigga, motherfucker hit you up rather than murder or something else, goddammit. Hey, boy, I got to play. And that's probably what that shit was. Tim, like, I always hit her up. Tim hit her up. Hey, I got to play. Now, did he tell her it was murder? I don't think so. It probably didn't. He probably say, man, I just need you to set somebody up for me. You don't need to know the rest. And she probably was like, shit, I don't want to know the rest. You don't tell me nothing. The less I know, the better for me. Just give me the 10 grand. I do what you tell me to do. The less I know, it's better for me, goddammit. You get what I'm saying? She's from Memphis, man. Come on, man.
That's some real shit.
That's you know what I'm saying? Like, I had been fucking with him since I was like 17 years old, and I started dancing at 16. So like,
So he know everything.
we had been on and off for years. Like, he used to take me back when I was young. We used to pull up on dudes, and you know what I'm saying? He'll take me to meet old men, get some. We would always been a team our whole life. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had a bond. Like,
Are you still with him?
nah. I'm gonna tell you, after that, my mind started playing tricks on me.
It can.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Because now I done got caught up in this. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
For a nigga to have his own nephew killed, and I know about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, them 10 grand were calling you, boy. That motherfucker called. See, she used to getting that fast money. She the type of person I can't believe would take a play without knowing the whole play. Now, I believe, you know what I'm saying? So, shit.
I don't know what's gonna go on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, with anything, with the police, with anything. Like, I don't know nothing. All I know is it's survival mode.
Nah,
but
for
I
sure.
gotta play this nigga close.
Yeah.
Because we had already talked about me coming to LA.
Once again, y'all, what would y'all do, right? After a nigga done played you like this, and then you get home and see this motherfucker on the news that from the play that you did with him, he probably ain't tell you nothing about this shit. Now is a murder involved. And you the one who set the person up, you know what I'm saying, without even knowing, to goddamn be murdered. Is you gonna still be talking to this motherfucker? I'm just asking y'all, is you gonna still be having conversations with this motherfucker? Or you gonna go to the authority and tell them, goddamn it, hey, what went down? Or you gonna take action in your own hand and do something to him? What would you do in a situation like this, y'all? Let me know. Hit me up in the comment. Let me know, what would y'all do in a situation like this, man?
Because I was getting ready to open up a boutique.
Yeah.
I had got a building on Lamar in Airways. So I was going to LA.
Me, I'm a little different, y'all. Motherfucker wouldn't have played me like that. It's too many red flags, goddammit.
to the fashion district.
Fashion
He had
district
put me up
vendors.
on the fashion district. Like, he used to put me up on a lot of stuff. You know, as far as like, you know, getting legit money and, you know, because I wanted to stop dancing and, you know, change my life around. But shit, I ain't gonna lie, that shit took me deeper. Like, I started drinking more. I started wilding. Like, I started hanging with goons. Yeah. Because at this point, I need protection.
You were scared.
So
I was scared.
So that, okay, because I want them to know everything. So you get home to your dude mad. So y'all look on the news, nephew dead.
Right.
So till you throw the phones away, when do you get in that process, in that 2-week process, like did you hear from him again?
Of course, I end up, like I said, I had already had plans to go to LA, like within probably like a week after
You
it
said
happened.
you was playing it close.
Right, so I had already was on, you know what I'm saying? So I get to LA and I meet up with him at the restaurant, but I got my mom and my daughter with me.
Come on, man. This too much goddamn meeting up, man. After goddamn motherfucker done set you up to be involved in a murder or something that you ain't asked to be involved in, and you still meeting with this nigga? Come on, man. I can't believe this shit, man. I don't know, y'all.
So I know you ain't gonna do nothing with me. We in a public restaurant. We was like in a biz.
Hey, I don't think she should have did no interviews after this shit. I'm gonna tell you like this here, man, because shit could seem a whole different way in these goddamn interviews when you go running your goddamn mouth now. Yeah, I would have shut the hell up, but if you gonna do it, goddamn it, Hood is gonna be right here to report that motherfucker.
We was like at this real popular seafood restaurant. So we go, we sit down, we ain't talk about nothing. I think he just was trying to feel my vibe, you know, because that's the only time I saw him. And I was in LA probably a week with, you know, with my mom. Then we going to, you know, visit the beaches downtown, you know, just, excuse me. Ooh, vacationing and business because I had to get a whole lot of inventory and stuff. Excuse me. So after that, I didn't talk to Tim for a while. You know,
what's a while?
Probably a few months.
Okay.
But he contacted me and he told me stay out of St. Louis. Like a couple. He was like, stay.
Come on, man. When is the time you gonna wake up? Nigga telling you to stay out of St. Louis, you're seeing it on the news, all type of shit, and you still talking to this dude? Come on, man.
Stay out of St. Louis. But how you expect to get somebody $10,000 and put them in a predicament like that and think they supposed to be able to? That's where I made my money at, St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect me to stay out of St. Louis. Matter of fact, I don't even think it was no couple months. It probably was like
Listen, man, she took that play. This what happened. She took that play. Didn't care what was going to happen behind it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers take plays all day in the hood. When you turn your back and walk away, goddamn it, most of the time, people is not worrying about what's going on afterward, and you just hope to God that nobody get hurt, goddamn it. Because when I say a motherfucker take a play, most of the time, taking a play, most of the time it be broke nigga. Well, I got to play for you. You know what I'm saying? A broke nigga gonna take any play. And they ain't gonna goddamn it they ain't gonna goddamn look back. You know what I'm saying? The only thing they gonna do is cross their fingers and hope that shit don't come down on them. But they'll do it all again because they needed that money, goddamn it. And that's the shit that go on in the hood. It was a play for her, man. She didn't probably know it was gonna be murder or none of that shit there. But goddamn it, she know. Nigga, this $10,000 on the guy. Fuck that. Hey, it can't be too bad. And murder probably was the last thing on her mind.
A month or so later, like, you know. But he hit me up. He was like, stay out of St. Louis. You got a warning for questioning on your name. He was like playing the case close. By him being the uncle, he knew every details and everything that was going on with the case.
Because they coming to him.
Because they coming to him and the mom. You know what I'm saying? They coming to him. And the mama was already telling him, talk to.
And it's crazy how he telling her that she got a warrant before him. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, he must be was goddamn it telling them, yeah, she ain't got nothing to do with that. This girl, you know what I'm saying? Probably pointing the finger at her. So he gave you 10 grand to take the goddamn rap, goddamn it.
Him about any and everything anyways. Like, as far as that's how he knew Dre was even in St. Louis. because the mom told him. But see, I didn't find out all of this until after I got arrested. So it's a lot I didn't find out into the face.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man, about Sweetie Pie, man. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comment. I don't know, man. Do y'all think she had something to do with this? I don't know.
It's picked me up.
So,
like I said before, it's funny that she stood behind Tim through this whole case, man.
you going by your life, and people don't know how stressful this thing hanging over your head. You see what I'm saying? Like, people say you thinking about it every day. Every day. Police car, you see a car, you thinking they finna come.
Hey, man, ain't nobody tell her to take them 10 grand.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was one of them things you want to forget. It's like you want to forget it happened. Like, you want to, like, you drowning with liquor and stuff. Like, you know, you just try to, you pray to God. First of all, I pray to God. I'm a friend. All my life, I'm a God-fearing woman. And I don't even believe in, you know what I'm saying, nobody else taking nobody else's life. It ain't never that serious.
yeah, it's not.
It ain't never that serious. I feel like God gives life and he takes life. You know what I'm saying?
And I ain't gonna, we can't even really call it manipulation. I think, like I said before, she was taking a play. Motherfucking goddamn it, grabbed that 10,000 so quick and didn't worry about what was coming behind that motherfucker. She was just happy to get that 10. This all I gotta do, shit. Fuck all the rest of this shit. And just hoping, you know, nobody don't get fucked up behind it. And probably thought the worst was somebody probably get their ass whooped or something. You know what I'm saying? Or they get the money out the person. You know, you can't really say with this shit, man. But let's get back into it.
No, for sure.
That's God's power. Who are we to do that?
No,
you know what I'm
for sure.
saying? So it was really messed up. You know, it messed me up.
So when you dealing with motherfuckers from the street, man, I'm from the street, so I know how this shit go, y'all. God damn it, I know how this shit go. It's a 50-50 chance that you can believe what a motherfucker from the street say when they got paid, god damn it. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfucker definitely ain't gonna have nothing to do with it after a bitch get caught. So we don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Maybe she was manipulated. Maybe she didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just, you know, I don't know, man. It's hard to, but come on, man.
Like, but and then to continue to have to talk to this person every now and then just to keep them on the up and up, because if you killed your nephew and I know about it, what the fuck would you do to me?
So, and I'm glad you said that. Was it like something in your mind, like, man, he trying to see if I'm gonna say something, he gonna try to hurt me, type stuff like that?
Yeah. So I started dancing in Alabama.
Okay.
So I switched it up and I started dancing in Alabama. And then I met my little girl father. I have a small kid. She's 6.
That's what's up.
So I met her dad, and I, started messing with him and dating him. And so, like, Tim, he kind of backed up. Like, you know how men don't say, no, you're in a relationship. Yeah. They kind of keep their distance. So it was kind of one of them things. But he hit me up a couple times, and he was like, I see you live in Atlanta. He watched me. Like,
She was still talking to Tim, man, knowing what Tim did. That's the problem I have with this shit. You was still conversating. That's why you shouldn't have did this interview. You still conversating with this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you said in court. Because a lot of motherfuckers, the average person in this world ain't looking at court records to know what the fuck went on. You know what I'm saying? But when you come do these podcasts and you say this shit out your mouth to them, they analyzing everything you motherfuckers saying. You opening shit wounds back up, goddammit. God damn, man. You still in contact with this dude after all this shit here, knowingly what the fuck he did.
Basically stalking on social media. So he was like, I see you in Atlanta. I'm like, yeah.
And once again, y'all, I just want to say this. She from Memphis. She was not scared of no fucking Tim, man. She is from Memphis, man. Come on, man. They'll chew Tim ass up. Y'all seen Tim on the goddamn show. Man, they'll chew Tim ass up. Man, come on now.
Casual conversation.
Atlanta or Alabama?
So my little girl dad is from Alabama and lived in Alabama, but we got a house in Atlanta.
Okay.
So we used to be kind of like back and forth from Atlanta to Alabama because it's only like,
Cause it's like
2 hours.
Birmingham or
Like,
something.
Birmingham. It's only
real
like
close.
an hour and a half, 2 hours at the most. So, yeah, one of them things. So he kind of like backed up. You know, I ended up getting pregnant and stuff, and I ended up leaving my little girl's dad and moved back to Memphis. So when I did that, after I had her, I got it, and Tim called me. You know, he checked in, checked my temperature, whatever. So after I had her, I opened up a salon, and he opened up a Sweetie Pies across the street from my salon
In Memphis. Right.
So he's
On Beale Street.
no. On
Wasn't
Hickory
this
Hill.
restaurant like at the? Because it was one. I think that one never opened. I
It
think he was
never
trying to
opened.
Yeah.
It never opened. He had one on Beale Street, but it never opened.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a little in them little suites on Hickory Hill in Night Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I had a salon in there because I do lashes and teeth whitening and wigs and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So he ended up opening up a Sweetie Pies across the street. And he contacted me up. He hit me up.
Boy, Tim was stalking her ass. Boy, Tim was making sure she wasn't going to say nothing.
He was like, yeah, I got a restaurant across the street from your salon. And I'm like, how the hell you even, you know, like, oh, wow. So he started, like, really, like, contacting me then. Because I, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have no, you know what I'm saying, I was single.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he was really, like, slick contacting me. And I, you know, talked to him for a few minutes, come across the street to Sweetie Pies. And we'll just talk for a few minutes. And he'll let me know what all he got going on. And it'll be that on that. So he started trying to get me to get
Once again, knowing what the fuck he did.
my family to run his business because he started saying Bruce, his homeboy, was stealing from him. He said Bruce was stealing from him and stuff like that. So I was disgusted with him, to be honest. Like, you know, but I couldn't show my truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't let nobody know, like,
How you feel?
And where your feelings on your sleeve.
right. So so
I love it when the street motherfucker be the baddest motherfucker in the street. And then, boy, they come and these motherfucker. I was scared and I couldn't. Man, come on, man.
he started trying to get me to get my mom and my cousin them to take over his Sweetie Pies. I'm like, my mama like, hell nah. Like, nah, we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I go back to St. Louis. He's mad at this point.
How long from to the timeline for they'll know? How long?
Okay, so
I laugh at street motherfucker that do that just like I laugh at the news and the police when they say he armed and dangerous and the motherfucker be standing next to us cracking goddamn joke. They telling people to lock your doors. He's armed and dangerous. Niggas standing right next to you cracking jokes and shit. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Hey, man, it's crazy.
it happened in 2016.
Okay.
So now we're in 2019.
So there you go.
So 2016 it happened. 2017 I got pregnant.
Okay.
And had my baby in 2017. So so this got to be in 2018. No, we're in 2018.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So we're in 2018 at this point. And so we're going into 2019.
Okay.
And I started back going to St. Louis because at the end of the day,
you gotta get your money.
I had to get my money. You know, so I went to St. Louis, and he called mad. At this point, he was furious. Like, didn't I tell you to stay out of St. Louis?
Hell yeah, because Tim telling on you, that's how Tim name staying clear. Long as they don't catch you, his name gonna stay clear. He done put everything on your ass.
I'm like, this fuck nigga. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I get back home to Memphis, and I had someone come into my house. Somehow my garage got broken, and someone came into my house. I was in the bathroom getting ready to take my daughter to the doctor, and I looked up, and it was a man standing in my bathroom door with a hoodie on and a gun pointed at me. I was like, I just started talking to God.
Yep, and to take you out, huh?
I just started talking to God. I can't even tell you. It was like it was replaying in my head. And
That goddamn Tim.
so my little baby woke up crying. She was like 1. So she woke up crying. And then the guy took off running.
Hell no, that wasn't no hit. That wasn't no hit. Guy when they took off running, goddamn it. They wanted you gone from what you can tell the goddamn FBI. Nah, I think that was a regular break-in. Motherfucker probably thought you was still gone. I think that was a regular break-in because if somebody want to do something to you, they ain't running the fuck off. You got to get done, you know. They don't care nothing about no baby in there crying, man. Not these niggas these days.
At the house. Didn't take nothing or nothing.
As soon as you get back.
As soon as I get back.
Yeah, he got caught robbing you. Somebody probably told him you was out of town, didn't know you was coming back, and he was in there finna take your shit. Probably wasn't that deep for him to kill you. He was just robbing your house.
That's crazy as hell.
He pointed that gun at you so he can get out the door. He wanted to make sure you ain't had nothing.
So I called my best friend, and I got the hell out of Memphis. I packed up, and I left my nice ass house in Cordova and went to Houston.
And then he had a restaurant in Houston.
So I didn't see him in Houston. I didn't see him in Houston.
Damn.
I didn't see him in Houston.
So you go to Houston. You out there living. Did he
I didn't run
contact
into
you?
him. I think I talked to him on the phone a couple times or whatever. But I didn't never see him in Houston. I talked to him on the phone a couple times. But I wasn't in Houston long. I just got my money up, grind up, and got me a house in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I went back to Atlanta.
Okay.
So I go back to Atlanta. I stayed in Atlanta. Everything was fine.
So is this all in 2019?
This is all in 2019.
Okay.
So I go to Atlanta.
She must be ain't get pulled over. Nothing. He said they had a warrant because they wanted to talk to her about something, whatever, man. God damn it. I know warrants like that, a murder, that's a nationwide warrant. She must be one getting pulled over in all these states she was going through.
I stayed in Atlanta for a little while. But some kept telling me just to go back home to Memphis. I went back home to Memphis. It's still in 2019. Because it was like I was having issue with my kids. Like my youngest had sickle cell. And then my oldest was a teenager. And she was like giving me issues.
Right.
So I needed some family support.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
And then I found myself running up and down the highway. From Alabama, I would like drive all the way to Alabama, dance, and drive all the way back to Atlanta. And I was drinking so much. When I say I drank so much in those years to just try to like
bury the stuff in your
just
head.
like bury everything. It was, and I then
That type of shit don't go away.
and so I ended up being in a real bad car accident, drinking and driving. I, fell asleep at the wheel.
Damn.
And I knew then, I was like, okay, something gotta change.
Something gotta change, yeah.
I was like, something gotta change.
Man.
Something got to. So I went back to Memphis and I started working at my god sister tax office. So I was working at her tax office. And then I was like, this ain't it either. So I hit my homegirl up and I was like, I went and started doing lashes and teeth whitening and stuff at her shop, at her salon. And so things started taking off to where I ain't even have to go dance no more.
That's what's up.
And then COVID hit.
Oh, damn.
But when COVID hit,
That money came in.
that money came in.
That's how it was
because
for
it
us.
was like
A lot of
God damn it, we need another COVID. That money was coming in like that, boy. We need another COVID. She ain't lying, boy. That money was coming in during COVID.
like main franchises and stuff, they were closed down, so people were gonna come to you because you know you
exactly
gonna pull up,
like
they
I
pull
was
up.
literally doing
We need another fake one now.
lashes
Not the real deal. I don't want nobody to get hurt.
and stuff, and my mom in my mom's sunroom. I was like selling detox tea.
It was booming.
Shapers. Like I literally was making like $1,900 a day. Like I was booming 900, 800. Like I was booming.
That shit was crazy one.
Like crazy. Then the feds come knocking on my door.
So boom. So you in 2020.
I'm in 2020.
You finally get where you want to be. You comfortable. You doing your thing.
Yeah, they had to put the pieces to that puzzle, man. They finally put it together and came.
And then the stuff that you've been wanting to get rid of in your mind finally has been gone.
It come at your door.
It come knocking now. It come the time that they asking for the people that you don't want to look for. They done finally put.
That's one thing, y'all, about being on the run, boy. You be more happy when they catch you. You be like, it's over with, man. They finally got me, man. They ain't got to run no more. Oh, get to put this shit behind me, boy. For real, boy. Listen, anybody out there that ever ran from the law before, y'all know that shit is stressful. Hide from the police, boy. Gotta move like that every day, boy. God damn. Trust me, I done been through it, boy.
Put the stuff together.
Right. But you know what? Hold on. Let me rewind. Let me go back. So I'm telling you, okay, so it's COVID going on and we booming, right? I end up taking my babies to the water park. So, of course, old boy watches everything I do on social media. So he DM'd me and he was like, I see you in Mississippi. But at this point, he's in Mississippi. He's in Jackson, Mississippi, posted up. So he hit me up or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. So he like, pull up on the restaurant and come see me, right? So I go and see him at the restaurant. So when I go see him at the restaurant, he was acting like he was just so happy to see me. So he called his mom and was like, guess who here? Guess who here? Or whatever. And he like, Alexis. Mind you, that's
your alias?
That's my dance name.
Okay.
Alexis is my dance name. So I'm like, why would he tell her Alexis when Alexis is who they was looking for,
right?
With the situation with his nephew,
right?
So I'm like, at this point.
So at this point, she know that they looking for her. God damn, this is some crazy man.
And I'm thinking she had something to do with it, cause I'm like, and she was so happy to talk to me, like she not be like that. Like I only seen you a couple times at your restaurant,
right?
Yeah, it ain't adding up, sweetie pie.
Like, be for real. So boom, I say something to him about it. I said, you know, what's going on with the situation? I've never said nothing to him since the day that it.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. The mama was doing a lot of fighting for him, man. I couldn't understand. This nigga took out your grandson, man. I don't give a damn, boy. I don't give a shit what it is. Right is right, wrong is wrong. That nigga took out your I ain't finna be standing court. Even if that's your kid and you funding the bill for the lawyer, whatever. Nigga, I'm not standing next to you. I'm not proudly standing next to you, man. You know what I'm saying? And then all this stuff with a house got broke in and $200,000 worth of jury. I never seen her wear that much goddamn jury. That to even have that much in a goddamn, I don't know, man. It shit just ain't adding up.
Happened.
Yeah, did you kind of spooked and you just
I've never said it. So this time,
They're talking about goddamn fucking $250,000 worth of jury. Goddamn, move Sweetie Pie here, damn, but she walking around like Birdman. Goddamn, I ain't never seen Sweetie Pie have that much shit on her like Birdman. What the hell going on, man?
I said something to him. I said, "What?" He was like, "Oh, everything good. Like it's over with." He like, "Everything good. It's over with." So I'm like, okay. I go back home or whatever. Literally a few weeks later, I heard boom, 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 boom at my door.
See, it had done got quiet. He thought it was over with. That's how the feds play, boy. You don't want them on your tail.
I'm like, who is it?
The quiet before the storm.
It's the FBI. I said, you got the wrong house. They like, no, we got a warrant for your arrest, Erica Ellis. Open up.
That's crazy. Was your kids home when this happened?
My heart dropped. my hard drive. My kids was home. It was just me and my kids, of course. And they was like asking about my phone and stuff. Like, where your phone and stuff at? Get dressed. You coming with us? Call somebody to get your kids. So I had my baby call my mom. And she called my mom. She was like 16. So my oldest was 16 and my little baby was 2. Mm-hmm. And so they took me down to, I was staying in Olive Branch. So they took me to like one of the police precincts in Mississippi.
All this shit for 10 grand, y'all. Boy, goddamn.
Oh my God. I was like petrified. So one of the detectives was in the back and he was talking to me. And he was just like, you know, we see you doing this, we see you doing this. So he started bringing up like outfits my baby had on stuff. Somebody said, that must have cost
letting you know that
money.
they've been watching.
Yeah, they've been watching you.
That they've been
whole
watching
time.
me. Let me know they've been watching me. Whatever.
Wow. Did he say how long he was watching you for?
They didn't say how long. They didn't say how long at all.
But you could probably imagine about the things that he was telling you that he saw.
Yep.
So you picked up. So you I know they doing questioning and all that stuff. And I know the whole time in your head, like, wow, these folks didn't put this shit together. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure they had the last phone calls that you made to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that was they.
Yeah, man, come on, man. You I don't know. You should have been stopped talking to this nigga after that. God damn it. Y'all niggas, you still having goddamn phone call conversations with the motherfucker, but don't know nothing going on and nothing. Come on, man.
Picked up and they got the text messages and stuff like that.
But see, they had it all wrong though, because they thought I just went in and just set this dude up like.
Now, that's the one thing you probably innocent on, that you didn't have nothing to do with the plot. They put it together and came to you.
They thought I knew him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they thought I had knew him. Just like, they thought he was really on some
and that's even hard to say, y'all, with the shit she's saying.
My man type shit. And that wasn't even the case.
So when they picked you up for their no, did Tim get picked up too?
Afterwards, he did.
He got picked up.
I got picked up first.
So let me ask you this: are you locked? Did they lock you up and hold y'all?
They locked me up.
Okay, cool.
I was locked up until the case was over.
So did you?
So how long was that?
31 months.
Ooh.
So let me ask you this: did you hear from him while you was in there?
Nope.
So was he locked up the same time you were locked up?
Yeah, I said they picked him up.
So I was thinking,
How the hell can she hear from him and both of them locked up?
because you asked if he heard from.
That nigga ain't got that much power. I don't know now. Tim was in jail for a long goddamn time. We don't know who the fuck he know. He just went back home, goddamn it. That nigga was already in jail half his goddamn life.
So he was locked up too. Yeah. So she couldn't have heard from him because they both was locked up.
You still
Man, something mentally wrong with Tim and his mama, I believe, man. Come on, man. They finna come up with a goddamn new Lifetime show, goddamn it. You know that one they got goddamn Killed for Your Husband shit? They finna have Kill With My Son, starring him and his goddamn mama, y'all.
Yeah, you still can hear from people.
But he probably don't want to talk.
And I like Miss Robbie, man. And and I hear what this girl said, and I just hope this shit, you know what I'm saying? But the way it look, man, I don't know, man.
Talk on the phone.
Nah, cause at the
You
end
can send a message.
he could have sent a message.
He probably ain't trying to say like too much.
At this point, I felt like he could have told them people that this girl ain't know what was going on.
Well, I don't understand when people say that, right? Oh, I told because he could have said, I ain't had nothing to do with it. But they got to realize, once you do that, you admitting to the crime. You can't go in and say, hey, she ain't had nothing to do. Bad if they probably want to. There's no way. Because, a lot of people do that shit, right? And I'm going to tell you why a lot of people will say, oh, that motherfucker, they ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you off their case as quick as possible. Because if they bring you along, you come say the wrong motherfucking thing, it could fuck it up for them. You know what I'm saying? But doing that is admitting to the crime. Now, if you already caught red-handed, you could say some shit like that. Yeah, man, they ain't got nothing. You got me. She ain't got nothing to do with the shit. You know what I'm saying? But if a motherfucker trying to fight that case, they not finna say, oh, that person there is innocent. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Come on, man. That's convicting your goddamn self, man. That's like saying, hey, I did it, but she didn't.
So, y'all go to trial. He's in there, you in there. Did you have to tell them everything that you telling us right now?
I did. I literally had to go into complete details, though. But when they first got me, though, they literally thought the worst of me. Like, they was like, you're facing death penalty.
Yeah, because you didn't go to the authority. That's what they looking at. They looking at you didn't, you kept this secret for so goddamn long. Now, shit, I know you say you wasn't part of the plot, but sooner or later you realize what was going on when you seen that shit come up on the news. So that's what they looking at. And I ain't telling you, you know what I'm saying? If you was down with the program, then hey, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't open your mouth if you was down with the program. I know what I say. You down with the program, you ride it out with the goddamn program, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? Don't get involved in some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's just coming from, you know what I'm saying? From a criminal state of goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't get involved. That's why I don't get involved with the crimes, goddamn it. I do not get involved because I'm not gonna lay down for a nigga. So I'd never be a snitch, and I'm proudly to tell anybody that shit. You'll never catch me snitching because I'd never be a part of your crime. No codefendant. I live by that shit.
Yeah.
Life in prison, you're never gonna see your kids again. It was crazy. A bunch of officers all over the place. It was so scary because like I danced for all those years, and of course when you dance you gonna run into so many D-boys. Like I danced in Detroit, New York. I'm talking about I danced all over the world. And so like I used to stay having dudes asking me to take work down the highway, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna dance and get my money. Like, nah, hell nah, I ain't gonna put my life on the line like that. So
well, you did it for 10 grand.
It's like now here I am facing the one thing that
But if Tim manipulated you, man, he's a good boy. That motherfucker is a good manipulator, boy.
I feared is going.
Because I seen all the red flags just by you telling me from the beginning to the end. By the time she got to the second goddamn the second line of the goddamn story, goddamn it, I seen all the goddamn red flags and would have knew right then that this nigga trying to set me up to get involved in his bullshit.
In jail, like,
it's in your face right now.
And then none of that, not being able to be a mother to my kids. My kids are my world. My kids are my reason for living. So like now I got these two.
Yeah, the kid probably the reason you took them 10 grand. A struggling mother, you out here scripting, trying to get it and shit. Like I say, y'all, she probably ain't know what was going on behind the 10 grand. But in the hood, man, we don't ask questions. That's one thing we don't do. I can say that. We don't ask questions in the hood. If you walk up to any dude in the hood right now, any woman in the hood, and you walk up to a majority and you say, hey, here go 10 grand, right? Don't tell them what you getting it to them for. Just tell them to come on. They're going to jump straight in that motherfucking car. And I hope it ain't nothing, nobody getting killed or nothing happening to a motherfucker. But if it do happen, guess what? They ain't going to say shit till they get caught. God damn it, they gonna leave with them 10 grand. Trust me. There ain't shit going back to you. There ain't nobody going to say, nah, I ain't know it was for this. Hell no, keep me out of this. There go your money back. Nobody ain't going to do that shit. They just going to hope they don't get caught.
Things like, not only am I locked up, you know what I'm saying, I'm away from my babies.
Yeah.
So
31 months is a long time.
Yeah, but you know what? I was praying for 10 years. I was praying to get 10 years at the best 5.
Yeah, because they sure gonna try to steal girls.
I got my charge was conspiracy.
And for everybody that don't know what a play is what we call the play in the hood. When somebody put you up on something and say, hey, look, I'm gonna pay you to be involved with this, or any kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever. Sometimes you might not even know what the play is. Motherfucker say, I got a play. I need you to drive this car over here. Do not open the trunk. You probably don't even know what the fuck. It could be a body in the trunk. I'm gonna give you 10 grand. Take this over here. It could be 30 keys in the trunk. It's called a play. When a motherfucker goddamn come to you with some shit like that and you don't know what listen, it's about the money. We paying you. Don't ask no questions. And that's basically what this shit is.
Conspiracy, murder for hire. That's worse than
What?
murder.
Sure is.
That's life. I was literally standing in front of a judge, and he was telling me like, you're facing death penalty.
That's crazy.
I literally used to go in the courtroom, and I used to be shaking. Like, I'm kind of shaking now just talking about it.
Just thinking
'cause,
about
like,
it.
They told her that death penalty. She went to singing like a goddamn hummingbird, boy. Goddamn Tim, boy, it's over.
A
The
lot.
play.
Shit.
So
Man.
when y'all in court, you saying your piece and telling your part, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they had made you as a monster. Because when I first heard the story, when people tell me the story, they like, the guy with sweetie pies, yada, yada, yada. And then they always say, you know, it was a girl from Memphis that set it up.
Mhm.
So I'm saying, like, this around the world. Everybody know this story.
Around the
But
world.
it always ends, the bad person is you. I'm gonna keep it G.
I
Like,
already know.
they like, man, the girl
Yeah,
from
the
Memphis.
woman
And the first
set
thing they
up.
say, them Memphis bitches.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you know what's so crazy though?
Because listen, one thing they do know when they say the girl from Memphis, that she understand what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? So you can't run no play on a person like this and they don't know what's going on. She's very familiar with street shit. Trust me.
It's like all this time my dad's like, I've been around so many motherfuckers like, and my dad, my blood dad was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? He used to have hoes pickpocketing niggas for Rolexes.
Nah, for
and
sure.
Now don't get me wrong now. She was a little younger, and Tim is a manipulating motherfucker, and he's a fucked up motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, myself personally, I really can't call it, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been on it. I believe in karma.
Nah, for sure.
Karma is real. I just want to hustle and get my money.
Me
That's
too.
it.
That's why you
I don't
still
want
here.
shit that don't belong to me.
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Karma is real.
For real.
So, like, all that time dancing and being around motherfuckers, I used to even have to tell bitches, hey, don't do that around me.
For real.
I was with a bitch one time, and she was mad the nigga didn't give her money. She was finna take some. I said, nah, around me, you not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I believe in karma
Nah,
for
sure.
real. So,
sure.
like, in the end, that's what was persuaded.
Man, at the end of the day, man, Tim is a messed up motherfucker, man. Straight up. Because whether she know or not, nigga, you killed your fucking nephew, man. Your brother only goddamn child before he died. At least I think that was the only child. Goddamn, yeah, it was. Your goddamn your mama only grandson from your brother. Now she got to be an evil motherfucker, boy, if she had something to do with that. And I know your brother turning in his goddamn grave like, boy, what the hell? What the hell? Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And everybody gonna have their opinion.
Yeah.
But my truth saved me.
Boom.
Because the government don't play no games. They don't give a fuck about no
Yeah.
money
Sure
or your
don't.
life.
Nah.
They want their time.
Nah, for sure.
So if you did this shit and that's what it is, them people want their time.
Nah, for sure.
So my first offer was 25 years.
That's crazy.
And you could have signed for that.
My first offer was
Over her dead body shit, she would have told on every nigga that had a piece to do with it, even the nigga that was walking by when it happened. God damn it, before she took 25.
25 years. I had 4 lawyers. The government assigned me 4 lawyers because I was facing death penalty.
State
Then they
penalty.
dropped one. I had a whole team of lawyers. But I was like, man, look, I got to
She started talking.
get my own lawyer. Fuck them, you know what I'm saying? I got to get because they kept saying, tell us more, you know more. Because at this point, they didn't even have a shooter. Because I didn't know the shooter.
I remember they came out like way later.
They didn't
I
even
remember
know. You know what I'm saying? They literally had to work because I only knew what I knew. I didn't know much. I didn't know nothing about no insurance policy.
So
I didn't know nothing about none of the details.
so he never in the process of this trial.
I believe that, y'all. I believe she didn't know about the insurance policy because Tim was trying to get all that money for his goddamn self, man. Tim was trying to get that money, boy. I don't think he went. That's why he gave her 10 grand. He just knew this shit was gonna work out. Cause I heard he even told the person at the insurance place when he went and got it, he was like, man, yeah, he'll be dead soon. Yeah, cause he wilding out here. He'll be like, he already knew what he was doing. come, man, you got to be some type of monster, man. A sick individual, man, to do some shit like this, man. You plant this shit out on your nephew and thought you were gonna really, them white folks gonna really give you all that insurance money without investigating this shit, man. Come on, man. This nigga is sick and don't think.
Going on, he never said, hey, she had nothing to do with this.
Never. He actually tried to say that me and the nephew stole the money. He tried to say me and the nephew stole the money.
Man.
And me and the killer got together to kill the nephew over the money.
Listen, y'all, I'm going to put it like this here, man. If she didn't know what was going on, right? She didn't know what was going on. We got to make new rules on snitching. Because this nigga killed his nephew, man, over some insurance money. This ain't part of the game. You know what I'm saying? If he set her up like that, and she a female like that, she should have been able to walk right down in that motherfucker station right after it happened and said, this nigga set me up and he killed this goddamn nephew, man. Cause what part of, come on, man, for all the street niggas, this is not part of the game, man. This ain't part of the game where niggas going around killing their motherfucking family members, dog. They nephew and shit. To collect some insurance money, what part of the game is that? She should have went in there and said something on his ass, man. Soon as that shit happened, if she didn't have nothing to do with it, because that shit is not part of the game. Setting the motherfucker up, dog. To be involved in your murder, man. Take your own motherfucking charge, nigga.
That's what was his narrative.
Damn. So the trial going on, you say your thing, he get on, y'all testify, woo-woo, and he gets sentenced. And they tell you, so when he gets sentenced, that you already knew what your fate was going to be?
Well, so I signed a plea deal, 0 to 20 years.
Okay.
So they could have gave me up to 20 years. That's what I signed.
Okay.
I could have got anywhere up to 20 years.
Okay.
So I went and I testified, and it was crazy. Because when I got on the stand, right before I got on the stand, I prayed that God would let my truth shine, you know. So when I got on the stand, his lawyer asked me all the right questions. He asked me,
Because the lawyer know he evil. Lawyer probably wanted this motherfucker. Man, when you a lawyer and you hear some shit like this motherfucker done goddamn killed his nephew, and the lawyer probably feeling the mama was involved, just how he probably done had a conversation with her and how she's standing up for him, and all the evidence is pointing towards Tim, and he can see clearly Tim had something to do with this shit. The lawyer probably like, man, I'm going to take his money, but I'm going to make sure this motherfucking evil motherfucker get time, man.
did I know he was going to be murdered? Of course, I did not know. He asked me, did I have any clue? He asked me, did I know about the insurance policy? He asked me everything that cleared me.
His lawyer.
His lawyer.
That ain't nothing but God.
Then he turned around and contradicted himself and said, well, you've been dancing a long time. You've been manipulating men and this and that. Baby, you not already cleared me.
For real.
So everybody went from, she never getting out of jail. I literally had family members telling my mom, your daughter ain't never coming home.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
You know, and it's so crazy. Then everybody my family started getting calls from people. Yeah, Turk come home. Now, but
Now
at
they
this
switching
point, we had 30-some months.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
so I just remember after that happened,
Boy, Tim got you in some shit for 10 grand.
you know, I testified and stuff. It was getting ready for me to be sentenced. And people tried their best to, like, they leaked my letters from my family and friends. You know, it was all over the internet. You know, it was just crazy. So my lawyer came and he saw me, and he was like, I got good news for you. First of all, I was supposed to be sentenced way before, because at this point, I'm sitting in a federal holdover all this time. Like, I'm in county jail. I ain't doing prison time. So county jail, anybody...
Well, shit, you can't. I don't think you can do prison time until you get sentenced anyway. You know what I'm saying? None of y'all was in the goddamn prison. You can't go to prison until you get sentenced.
been in jail now. County jail is hard time. County jail, you have more freedom in prison. I was ready to go to prison and go to school.
Yeah, that's the word in jail, boy. Niggas be ready to go to prison, boy. Especially when you got time. Boy, they be like, get me up out of here, man. I'm tired of this. Because, man, sitting in that county, man, that shit ain't no joke, man. Sitting behind them goddamn wall. Boy, listen. You strong if you can do goddamn county time. That damn prison a little more open. A lot of niggas get by that shit easy. But, boy, you do county time, boy. Goddamn, you a strong motherfucker to sit in them walls for however many months. Goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? Not in that same motherfucking, in that same room for shit. It could be up to goddamn 10 months because after a year, you know what I'm saying, you go in the mother year and a day, you going to prison. You can't do over a year in the county unless you fighting a charge like Young Thug and the rest of them was doing. And they did, you know, a couple years in there. You fighting the charge, yeah, you can do that time in there, but you ain't going to prison until you get sentenced.
Yeah, for sure.
Come out better because
Right.
I knew that God had put me in this predicament, and at the end, I was gonna be better.
Yeah.
Whatever God put before me, I knew I was gonna survive
Exactly.
it,
Right.
and I was willing to take the time because I was caught up in this shit. My decisions got me caught up, whether I knew or not. Whether I did not know, but I'm still in this shit.
Right. So you was just ready
Yeah,
to
I
take
already-
what
Yeah, I think you knew a little bit. I don't think you knew that they was gonna kill him, but I think you knew they was gonna fuck him up if they caught him by that money. Nigga ain't giving you 10 grand to find a nigga that ain't gonna fuck up. For 200 and some thousand, oh, that's definitely a fuck up. I don't give a fuck who you is. God damn it, like I said in the beginning, I don't give a damn who you is. 200 and some thousand missing, boy. Shit.
came with it.
You had
I
just
was ready
settled
to
in your
take
mind,
right,
like, come on, let's
like-
do this.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
whatever it is
Yeah.
because
Shit, y'all remember Boosie wanted to kill his cousin by 10 grand? Shit. Boosie told all his ops. Y'all don't remember that shit? That goddamn Boosie. Hey, Boosie told all his ops, he say, look, to all my cousin ops, I'm no longer a part of, his life or none of this shit here. Well, if y'all want to do something to him, feel free. I'm not a part of it no more. Boosie was offering that nigga, getting that nigga up out of here for 10 grand, boy. So 200 and some thousand, boy, come on now.
my bad decisions, those are my consequences. These are my consequences
And that's
of
real.
making the wrong
A lot of
decisions
people don't
or
think
trusting the
like that.
wrong people.
Yep.
At the end of the day, I knew God would had me. He gonna work on me. Me and my kids was completely blessed throughout the whole ordeal. My lawyer was paid for in cash. My kids had Christmas's birthday.
I thought you had state lawyer. How your lawyer? Y'all didn't pay the goddamn lawyer. You had state paid lawyers. What the hell you talking about?
Days we never
blessing.
we didn't want for nothing, so I knew God had His hands on me. He had His hand. I literally got to talk.
And most people say don't trust a state paid lawyer, public defender, all them motherfuckers working together. They say they work with the state. So I don't know.
Talk to my kids all day, every day.
I done had paid lawyers and I done had public defenders before, man. And I done had, a couple good outcomes with public defenders. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
And they cost
And didn't have to spend all that goddamn money.
money. I got the video call them. I used to see my kids for Christmas. I spent Christmas with them on video call, birthdays. Like they had everything. You know what I'm saying? They just see how their mama in their presence. But I knew that we were gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And my mama kept saying, "You coming home? You coming home? You coming home?" So
Mama know best.
my sentencing day got pushed back. And I was like, at this point, I was crying so hard because I'm like,
That's
I'm
devastating.
tired.
Like, get
I'm
this shit
tired
over
of
with.
going
Yeah.
through this. Like, let's just get it over with, because to see her and not know what your fate is,
Man.
to not know, like, what's going to go on.
That's the-
like,
That's the worst part, man. Sending that motherfucker away. And that's why they say trouble easy to get in, but hard to get out, boy. You be sitting there like that motherfucker ain't gonna never end, man. Going back and forth to court. Back and forth to court. Every day you leave out that goddamn cell, you feel like, boy, this my day I'm going home. Ain't nothing like that bus ride. That bus ride back to the jail, boy. Goddamn. Boy, you gotta get on that motherfucker coming back, boy. That bit hurt, boy. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. It hurt like a mug, boy, going back.
it was crazy. And then I remember I was in jail. I was getting ready to go to, they had family set my sentencing day 4 days after my birthday.
I remember one time, man, they was sending me back, goddamn it. And this one when goddamn Akon Locked Up came out. Man, I want to kick a hole in the goddamn bus speaker. They playing that shit. Locked up, they won't let me out.
And all the girls was huddled up, and they was gossiping, and they was like, yeah, she finna go to jail for life.
Damn.
So my lawyer told me, he said, I'm letting you know now that the government is thinking about giving you 36 months.
Credit time, sir.
This was like literally the day before. I was blown away, but I couldn't tell nobody. I couldn't tell my, I couldn't
Especially
tell
if
my,
it ain't happened yet.
right. And then I don't know,
Does that
it could have
mean-
been.
Because I'm a little. I don't really know like
Well, God was with her.
a lot about jail and stuff like that. So does that mean like you would have had basically time?
And I believe she got caught up with some evil people, man. And they, you know what I'm saying? Like me personally believe that she'll go do something like this on her own. I don't think she will. I think she just got caught up with some fucked up people and they offered her a play and she took it. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing what's behind the nothing. Look, you want to make 10 grand? Y'all know how that go. You want to make 10 grand? Don't ask no question. Do you want to make 10 grand? Okay, drive this car over there. You know, take it to woo. Here go the address. You could be driving 30 keys. You could be driving a body. You don't know what the fuck going on, but you took that play. No questions asked, goddammit. Now one thing you doing is hoping that nothing bad come out of this shit. And that's what it is. She was gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like most of us sometimes do. We gamble with life, goddammit. And she was gambling with life, goddammit. They made her an offer and she took it.
Time served and then a couple months left.
Yeah, so you do 85% of your time in the field.
Oh, okay.
Right. Now, if you go to prison, you can go to classes and get time off and all this stuff there.
Okay.
So I had to do 85%. So it gave me time served though, because at this point I had 30 months in, so I had to do like another 4 weeks. But like going in, that was just only their recommendation. The judge had the power to do whatever he wanted to do.
Right.
The ball was in his court.
And that was the up to 20 years from
Up
the plea
to
deal
20
you signed.
years, right.
Okay.
So I'm sitting in there, my whole family, my kids. I hadn't seen my kids in person in forever in my family. So I'm sitting in the courtroom and it's just crazy. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just listening to this man family talk. And my heart go out to him because I had a brother that was killed, that was shot, dead, killed, you know. So I know what that feels like.
Yeah, they ain't think about Andre family, man. They ain't think of, before they put this together, you know what I'm saying? They didn't think about the man's family. They treated the man, they treated this situation like he was nothing. Like the man was just dirt on the goddamn street, goddammit. For y'all to go and kill your own family member, that's how you had to feel that way about him. Like he was just dirt on the goddamn street, goddammit. Nobody wasn't gonna miss him. Like his family wasn't gonna miss him. Like they were gonna let this shit ride. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? And like I told them when I stood up, I was like, my heart go out to y'all and I apologize for my part in it. And Lord knows if I could take it back, I would. But I can't, you know? So, of course, if anybody knew about that case, of course, a lot of people didn't know the complete details. But Tim had actually sought several women to set his nephew up. He was determined. I wasn't the only person. And that was one of the reasons why, you know what I'm saying, the government, you know what I'm saying, was able to break that case because they had other people that they talked to and other women, and their story matched my story.
See, and that's what got her off, y'all. You know what I'm saying? There was other women that came up because, you know, if you go watch the full interview, she was saying that one of the women, you know, told Andre. She bagged out of it and she told Andre, but she found out this in court, you know, when I guess when they was going over the case and whatever, and they found out that one of the other women, he told one of the other women came and told him what Tim was trying to do. And they bagged up out that shit. Say, hey, look. So Andre went to the police station and he told the police that, look, if something happened to me, Tim did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where they get all that from. You get what I'm saying? So, but she didn't find that out till afterwards, I guess, in court and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, man, she took a play. Tim manipulated her. And she probably, you know, just, you know, knowing Tim, she probably felt like, well, I don't think the nigga goddamn killed nobody, but you got to keep in mind, this nigga was in prison a lot of goddamn years. And I hope his mama ain't got nothing to do with the shit. Cause like she saying the mom was happy to see her. She couldn't even understand. Damn, don't you know that I'm the girl they looking for about the, what the fuck? Cause she didn't really give a fuck about Andre. I don't know, is Tim, cause she was letting Tim run her crazy. Tim would open up all these goddamn businesses. She was getting mad. I don't know if they was hurting for money and shit was going bad for him or something, goddamn it. And he tried to pull something off like that without goddamn thinking. And both of them thought they were gonna get it. Yeah, we gonna say he stole something from my house and do and all this shit there. Come on, man. That shit crazy though, man. And if she has something to do with it, she gotta be the most evilest person in the world, man. Son and mama. God damn it. Let's just hope she ain't had nothing to do with it. But where it look, I don't know, y'all. And this coming from the person that was involved. So I don't know, man. Hey, y'all, I just came to bring y'all that. Like, share, and subscribe to the realest platform on the planet. Hood Talk News. I'm out.